What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. You know, one of the things that stop a lot of people from prepping or cause a lot of people to just give up before they even get started or shortly thereafter is a lack of money. They think that it takes money to prep, and in reality it does take money to prep. However, there are lots of things you can do that will increase your preparedness that doesn't cost any money. Take, for example, inventory. You can need to inventory your preps. You can take a pen, paper, and a pen, and you can subdivide each category of your preparedness. Say your food storage, your firearms, ammunition, your tools, your gardening tools, your books, your medical, and you can subdivide each one of those preparedness topics to make one whole preparedness plan, and write down everything that you have in each section. For example, take inventory of what food you have. Write down everything you have, the weights, how much, how many cans, everything you have on your list. Your firearms. Write down all the firearms you have, the ammunition you have, spare parts you have, cleaning supplies you have, your tools, your gardening tools, your auto mechanic tools, your woodworking tools. Write everything down. And by doing this, it isn't costing you any money besides a piece of paper and a pen, obviously, to write things down with. But you'll have an inventory of what you have, and you can look at all this, your inventory, and any glaring holes in your preps will shine through when you look at your inventory. So then you can go about trying to figure out how you can fill those gaps in your preparedness. If you don't take an inventory, at least once every year, every 6 months is even better. Every 3 months even better than that, but I do it every 6 months. But you can take the inventory, and like I said, you'll know what you need, so you'll know what to go out and buy or make plans to substitute something else for what you need. But take an inventory, that's number one thing you can do that doesn't cost any money to increase your preparedness. And guys, another thing you can do is to learn a new skill. You can actually inventory your skills and don't flatter yourself and write down you have skills that you actually don't, or you just have a basic knowledge of, but write down your main skills you have, and then try to figure out what you need to learn, and you can go about learning that skill. Lots of YouTube videos are free. There's lots of websites with prep information on those websites. It's free. There's all kinds of information. You can find information about anything you want to practice and learn a new skill. And when I mean learn a new skill, that doesn't mean that you take and watch a video and that's all you do. That doesn't mean that you read a book and that's all you do, or a magazine article, something like that, and then you think you have that skill. No, when I say learn a skill, that means figuring out what skills you're lacking in, and then go about learning those skills by actually doing, practicing, putting what you learn into practice, hands-on practice. Hands-on is the most important way to learn a skill. You can read about it, but it just doesn't resonate as deeply and as effectively as actually getting your hands dirty and actually putting a skill into practice. You can read, for example, you can read about gardening. You read about gardening all day long, and you'll learn a few things, pick up a few things, but still nothing beats actual hands in the dirt, planting, growing, tending, and harvesting. Same thing with firearms. You can watch videos, you can watch YouTube videos, you can read magazine articles, books, whatever, and think you know how to use a firearm. And you can pick up a few key like safety things and things like that, but or a few key concepts. However, you can't get proficient by just reading and watching. You have to actually get hands on that weapon and actually practice. So number two, the thing you can do without costing any money with your preps is extremely important, and that is to learn a new skill. Okay guys, and number three is to try to get in better physical condition. Now you can go out and you can buy weights, you can buy a total gym, you can buy Bowflex, you can buy all the fitness gadgets that's on the market, or you can simply go out and walk. You can go out and jog. You can mix the two up, which is even better. Walk, run, jog, walk, and keep it mixed up. And get your body more used to doing different activities. Like you have to something's really physically intense for a few minutes, and then you get to rest and go physically intense again. And that's kind of what that is emulating, is to walk, run at a full pace, jog, and slow down to walk again and repeat. Of course, after you build up to that, you can't just start out. If you haven't done anything physically in the last 5 years, you've been laying on your butt watching TV and eating Doritos, and that's all you've done for the last 5 years. You can't be expected to go out and be in top physical condition. But walk, run, jog, completely free. As long as you can get up and walk and have a place to go, then you can do that. It costs you nothing. Physical strength, you can do push-ups, you can do set-ups, you can do chin-ups, you can do parallel dips. All kinds of things you can do that doesn't cost you any money. But get in the best physical condition that you possibly can. Of course, you need to go talk to your doctor first to make sure you're fit enough to actually start a fitness program, but it doesn't cost any money. There's no need to actually go to a gym. There's no need to buy equipment. You have everything you need, and that is gravity and your body. And guys, number 4 is to evaluate your security. Take a look at your current location, no matter where you live. Look at your location, look at your neighbors. How prepared are your neighbors? What are the avenues of approach that someone is likely to take, most likely to take to your home? Look at your doors, look at your windows. Anything you can do to evaluate your security, do that, and then plan on what you need to do after that. But evaluation is free. Granted, it might cost a few dollars to implement, like better door locks, an alarm system, security cameras, fencing, and things like that. But the evaluation, the actual evaluation, is free, and it's extremely important. Before you can do anything else, you have to actually evaluate what you need. You have to actually evaluate your security to figure out what you actually need. One thing that's really important, I think, is to look at your neighbors. What kind of neighbors do you have? Who is most likely neighbor to be a threat to your survival? Who is most likely to come and try to break into your home when you're gone? Who is the most likely to try to come and perform a home invasion when the food gets scarce? Everything you can do to figure out your security plans and to put those plans in place is a great step forward to being prepared, because that is one of the things that is most likely to cause your demise, is people behaving badly. I talked about that in another video a few days ago, and the main things are water, food, people behaving badly, and first aid. Namely, starving to death, dehydration, someone coming and killing you, or a medical emergency are the most likely ways that you will perish during the long-term SSTF type of event. But evaluate your security, look at your neighbors, pull up Google Earth and look at your neighbors, where your neighbors are at, the avenues of approach, where your roads are, how people will get into your house, your doors, your windows, how people would break in if they were trying to break in. You go out and look at your home and think, if I was a burglar and I was going to break into this house, how would I do that? Think like a burglar, think like a criminal, and then try to put things in place to slow that process down of them breaking into your house or getting in. And guys, number 5 is to locate water sources around your area. A great way to do this is to pull up Google Earth again and examine the bodies of water that is around your property. If you have any ponds, any lakes, any rivers, most likely you'll know about these anyway, but you might have missed something, and something might show up that you haven't realized yet. Look for any streams, any lakes, any ponds, any bodies of water that you could tap into should you need to. Again, free to do. Google Earth. As long as you have internet, if you're watching this video, you already have internet anyway, so it's not going to cost you anything to pull up Google Earth and to find the bodies of water within a mile, say a mile's distance of your property. If there isn't any, then you need to store more water. That's for certain, because you need to store water anyway. But if you have, like I have a river over there, I have a large creek over here. The river over here is about, I would say, about 150 feet wide. The river is. It's a huge river. And over here, it's what we call a creek, is probably about 50 foot wide. Up the road is another creek that is probably about 50 foot wide also. And on my property down here, there's a branch that comes across on my property that is about 10 foot wide, and it runs all the time unless there's a severe drought. When I first moved here, we had a drought here, and it didn't rain for about 4 or 5 months, I think it was, and it finally went dry. But most of the time, water's available right there. But like I said, water over here, water down there, water over here. There's also 2 ponds right over there with the farm across the road over there. So there's plenty of water here where I'm at. And that's one of the reasons I chose this location, because of all the water sources here. But again, Google Earth, evaluate all your area, and find any water sources and note those. Okay guys, and number 6 is to be sure to go over to my website, mdcreekmore.com, and take a look at the articles over there. There's all kinds of articles over there, all kinds of information, and again, it's all free, and that goes in with a point I made a minute ago about skills. You can find all kinds of things about how to do this and how to do that online, and my website's a good place to do that. So is this YouTube channel. But you need to actually go out and do things. Go over there at my website, look through the articles. There's you can look through the categories. There's homesteading, medical. There's things on there about firearms. There's things in there about food storage, home security, raising rabbits, chickens, goats, bees, cheap foods, cooking. There's all kinds of articles on that website. I think there's like 350 articles on that website you can go check out. And like I said, all free. Check those out. And be sure to subscribe to this YouTube channel. And give it a thumbs up, guys. But anyway, if you enjoyed the video, if you did, thumbs up, subscribe. Thank you guys for watching. I'm Creekmore. I'm out of here. See you guys in the next video, hopefully.